Evan tonight.
No Evan?
No? Oh.
Let the rebels begin.
Christina's promoted.
All right.
All right.
You're running the show there, lady.
Oh, boy. Seeing how it's after 7 o'clock, I'm going to call this meeting of the Planning Board, February 22nd, 2017, to order. Meeting minutes are done, so we're new public hearings. 333 Acton Road. Do you have any letters in the file for this?
So I'll read the legal notice first. The Chelmsford Planning Board will conduct a public hearing Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017 at 7 p.m. The Chelmsford Town Offices, 50 Billerica Road, room 204, to consider the following application submitted by Kent. Say your last name? Leung, 333 Acton Road, for a special permit under 195-11 accessory buildings for a shed that exceeds the height requirement by right. Copies of the proposal are available in the Community Development Room, the Department, in room LL01 of the Town Offices, 50 Billerica Road, Chelmsford, Massachusetts, 01824, and may be viewed Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. All interested parties are invited to comment in writing or may present any relevant information for consideration to public hearing Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017. For order, Henry Parley, Chair, Chelmsford Planning Board. Engineering has no concerns. Building Department has no concerns. It just says 2 stories. And
That's just a
That's
certificate
it.
of mailing.
yep. That's all I got.
You've got the floor. You can tell us what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah, please tell us your name and your address, just for the record.
Okay, what address? The address of the location or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's fine.
okay. So my name is Kent Leung, and the property is located at 333 Acton Road in Chelmsford, Mass. I did get a letter that said that the shed exceeded the height by right, but that's actually not accurate. It is under the height, and I spoke with the building inspector about that. And then that's why he added the note that it's 2 stories. So the initial letter regarding the height in excess of it's actually not accurate. It's under the height, and he said okay. But then he added that it's 2 stories.
It's still under the same section of the bylaw for the special permit,
Yeah.
so that it didn't need to be re-advertised.
We got some pictures here. If you guys want to take a look at it.
It should have been part of your packet that I sent you.
Yeah, they're in there.
So to start off with, the first thing I did, even before I started the project, is I went to the building department and I described the whole project to them, and they actually said it was okay and issued a permit. And there was a very nice woman who helped me, and she's actually the one who did the drawing of the location on, I don't know, call it plot plan maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, so she was fully aware of it. When I told Mark about, first, the fact that they issued a permit and I described the whole project to that person, he commented by saying that person was new, and she was incorrect in terms of what she said, but I can only go based upon assuming the person working at the building department knew exactly the bylaws and certain restrictions. So I started off the whole process, and then only afterwards did I get a letter saying it exceeded the height, and then I called the person the same day, the building inspector, and explained to him it did not exceed the height. And then he just added it was 2 stories. So.
Kent, do you have any questions or?
Yeah, get them on the computer.
And also that's 2 stories. It
Yeah.
doesn't change the outside appearance. It's just it's the second stories inside.
These pictures we're seeing of shelving, are they inside the?
Yes. Colleen asked me to take pictures of the exterior and interior. I did apologize to her before taking the pictures to explain to her that the shed will be messy because I try to put in,
Most sheds
Yeah.
are.
as much stuff as I could,
Neat compared to mine.
you know.
Fine. Yeah.
Mike, do you have any concerns or anything?
No, I really don't. It's just on the back of the lot.
Monica, you
That's
any
identical.
questions or?
Down the mic.
Just out of curiosity, what is the actual height of the
19
shed?
feet. It's 1 foot under the requirement.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. I even asked the building inspector if he measured it. He said, no, but someone reported it was too high.
Yeah.
So I was like, but it's not because went to the building department first before I even started the whole process.
Glenn, any questions?
No, I'm good with it. It looks fine.
I'm okay.
You're okay? George, you okay?
Yeah, this is strictly for storage.
Yes. There's no electrical, no plumbing, no stove, no insulation.
Okay, all set.
The public hearing, Henry?
Yep.
There's not even siding, it's just like finished plywood, so.
I think it would have been appropriate to attach the building permit to this. Just for the
Why?
record.
Why?
Because it says that it was approved before it was built, as opposed to,
Everything in the building permit was based on that survey that is attached to your application. That's the only thing they look at. There's no plans, there's no anything. It's a
it's just
footprint.
a footprint.
Yep, and it just needs to be, 10 feet away. So he did everything right. We just
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
get
right.
the 3D view of what it was gonna be. So,
Even the building department said, the building inspector said, if it was just a loft instead of an actual second story,
exactly.
it wouldn't even need it. But I did explain the whole entirety of the project before I started. And the building
No
inspector said I
issues.
should just knew the bylaw, but, I did ask someone at the building department.
You would entertain a motion?
The
Yeah,
public.
that's right, it is a public hearing.
Anybody from the public have anything to say? Come on up.
My name is George Barnard. I serve the First Baptist Church as properties deacon. And we have no concern with the structure. We do have three minor concerns. One is that there's a mention of a dumpster location. We'd like to know about where the dumpster is going to go, how it will be screened. There's a substantial fenced area. We'd like to know something about the appearance of the fence. And finally, the construction produced a substantial pile of debris, which was put on the outside of the short section of fence that has been built and forms an unpleasant backdrop to our peace garden. Now, I've spoken with Christine here day before yesterday on the phone, and they have undertaken to remove the debris as soon as the snow is gone. So we're happy with that. We would like to find out something about the fence and the dumpster locale.
That's not what we're considering right here at this particular time. It's a little bit out of our preview, but I'm sure that, we can get together, you two can get together. The health department regulates the dumpster fencing in area and everything else, and that would be Richard Day's
That would have been part of our prior approval.
prior approval.
The site
Yeah.
plan approval,
I see.
correct.
Yeah,
It's not on here.
and the site plan approval is not on what we have in front of us right now.
But it references the letters from
Yeah.
from Public Board of Health, and that usually is where that falls.
So,
So we'll consult together.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
That
All
would
right.
be good.
sure, go ahead.
Can you go back up to this? Because there's a mic, so it's being televised.
The reason why the debris didn't get removed earlier is actually it's frozen.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to snow so quickly, and half the time I listen to the weatherman, I think he's lying. So,
Like today.
yeah. So it got frozen. So that's the only reason why it's still there. But I did return his call within, I think, an hour of his call,
Yeah.
saying that I would remove it once it's thawed out, probably this weekend.
You guys could
Okay.
just work out the other stuff with them, that's probably the best way to do it.
There's also in the original decision, it says, prior to endorsement, revised plan shall be submitted showing location of outdoor fence area with 6-foot-high fence and dumpster location with appropriate screening. So that will be, they got to submit that, and that's going to be in the community development office.
I think I did submit it
It may be in the original file.
original file, so it is located in the original file.
All right. Okay, you want
Anybody
to,
else from the audience have anything to say?
then I would move that we close the public hearing. Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Then I would move that we grant the special permit under 19511, accessory building, given that the thing is 2 stories. So it's second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations.
You got it. Good luck.
You're all set to write up your decision, you'll get it in a little bit.
Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thanks.
So,
Bada bang.
Now,
A moment we've all been waiting for.
we continue the public hearing. The town of Chelmsford applicants request a site approval under section 195-104 for special permit 194/72 lot coverage for aquifer protection and any other relief that may deem necessary associated with the modular classroom additions and associated site improvements related to the parking lot, drainage, landscape, and lighting.
Okay.
I guess, are we starting in order this time? We're going back to Byam, or is there anything that
yeah, we'll
anybody
go
has,
back-
any questions, or?
Well, I can update you as to the revisions that were made that are before you today
All right.
on each of the schools.
All right.
Do you have all the plans up, or I have brought mine paper if
this
you want
has,
the links to them?
are you gonna start with Byam?
Yep.
Okay.
So Byam, I believe at the last hearing, the only thing we discussed in a lot of detail on most of them were the planting. So I'll skip, if you want to skip right forward to the planting plan. A lot of the revisions that you saw at the last hearing were related to ones that were working on with the engineering department. Since then, we've finished those revisions, although we're still kind of working on the crosswalk for this plan. Oh, you just went by it.
There it is.
And we reduced the planting significantly. So we had, we sent Lorraine back to the drawing board with the planting plans for all of the plants and had her reduce the amount of plantings substantially, just based on the commentary from the last meeting regarding the type of screening that you were looking for, the concerns related to visibility. So we addressed that in the landscape plan. So we've also looked at, I had her look at and make sure the trees were far enough away from the modular building. So with this plan in particular, there's a lot of foundation plantings that are now no longer part of this plan. And the tree that was between the modular building and the existing main school building has been removed for safety reasons and for visibility. So this has been reduced pretty significantly over what you saw before. As we said before, this isn't very visible. Really, the only place you'll see it is when you come into the front of the school, and that's where the majority of the trees are located on this plan. Besides that, that was really all that has changed on Byam. So if we want to address them one at a time, we did also add some parking information to the cover sheet. There isn't a requirement in zoning that speaks to schools. So what we've showed you on the cover sheet is just the number of students, number of employees, number of existing parking spaces. On Byam, there's a phase 2, which shows additional parking in the front. So that's at least documented on the cover sheet. And then with all of the buildings, you had asked that the rooftop units be screened, and I would expect that be part of the decision where we don't have an actual unit design yet. We have spoken to the modular companies about doing that, and that would be obviously part of the decision to approve. Is there any other questions on Byam?
I don't think so. You got one, George?
Yeah, on the lighting plan, it looks like the walkway that goes around to the alternate modular is 0.0. Am I reading that correctly? So the walkway is in some locations not lit.
Let's zoom down to the next plan here. That might have been just that the lighting plan.
The lower left corner there, yeah.
This area here. So this isn't showing any existing lighting that's on that side of the building. So the plan is to just light the modulars at the doorway entrances, but we can look and see if there's a gap there with existing. We did go out and look at South Row and added an additional light fixture on that in the alleyway. But again, this one doesn't show any existing light fixtures that exist on that side of the building, and there is a doorway alternate that area.
That's square right there.
No lighting. Let me just go there, hold on.
Also, if the alternate doesn't exist, that comes back, and obviously the light's in closer proximity too.
I think there's one on the other building there.
Right there.
Yeah. I think that
Okay.
shoots over and covers
Yeah.
that corner.
Right.
I just
Yeah.
want to make
Oh,
sure
I
the
see what it
walkway
is.
is lit. So.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
it's on the building shooting over.
Okay.
Yep.
Talked about the rooftop units. You have any idea on how tall these things are?
No, I'm not sure.
I know in some of these modular things, they're relatively low profile.
Profile, they're a 3-ton York. And actually, I have from the manufacturer the screening.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty tame. Yeah. Let's see how it works.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, they are low profile. Thanks, yeah.
So when you say low profile, you get an idea of how high they might be?
Do you know the actual?
3-ton, I wouldn't think it'd be much more than 30 inches or so.
Says
32-inch panels.
52
It's
52
52, but
long,
that's
but
wide.
32 inch high.
panels.
That's how wide they are. Yeah.
Not a bad guess.
Yeah, they're designed for it, they pop right off.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I mean, if it's really low profile, if it's only like 18 inches high or something, because the little split units, I
The
mean,
angle of the roof, you probably
you
wouldn't
won't
even
even
see it.
see it. That's what I'm thinking, you know?
30 inches you'd probably barely see.
Yeah, that's, okay.
Yep.
I'm just thinking, is it
Yeah, it
overkill?
depends
Are
on the
these,
elevation
are these
of
what you're
the-
planning on all of them? This
Yes.
kind of unit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We have not gotten the specs yet from the manufacturer. We haven't even, we have to go to town, Board of Selectmen Monday night for us before we issue anything.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if for some reason they're really low profile, 18 inches or 20 inches or something.
30 some odd
This is
inches.
sort of
It
waist
should be
high.
almost 36.
It's like my 3-ton unit at home.
It's all they are. There'll be, if it's 4 units, it'll be 4 3-ton on each roof.
Almost if they put them in the
Middle, you won't see it.
You won't even see them, so why even bother wasting the money on the screening?
Well.
You know,
Just catches snow.
might save you a few bucks.
All right. Any other questions on volume?
No.
Anybody from the public have anything to say about volume? All right,
with me.
moving on to center.
Okay, next is Center. For Center, again, we added some parking, some parking facts to the front cover sheet. We also added a piece of fence that can be locked. We wanted to be able to be, we don't know exactly what the fence will be yet. We're specifying a 6-foot fence be between the existing building and the modular building that would be locked. The section there so that somebody could get in there and remove trash if necessary, if something blows in there or gets caught in there. But that piece of fence has been added to all the sheets. And then on this one, there seemed to be a lot of concern about all of the plants, so we actually removed everything on this one. It is all the way at the back of the building. It will just be loam and seed. There are existing trees in the area that obviously will be maintained, but the concern here that we heard was the shrubs that were concentrated around the corners of the buildings obviously would be a visual hazard for buses coming around the school, and the trees in close proximity to the building. So we've actually removed all of the additional plantings for this particular attached modular classroom plan. So the areas have been located to just basically loam and seed, and any of the areas that are disturbed on this one. And this one is not seen at all. This one's essentially all the way at the back left corner of the existing school building, and it won't affect any of the existing vegetation out there. And I believe that was all for center, so.
And there's existing lighting on the building that's gonna be light in the back of this?
There's existing lights at all the doors, or the proposed lights at all the doors, sorry.
Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
No.
I just have one quick one. The rear right, in terms of lighting, it looks like there's 0 at that rear exit. Is that?
That was a new door that was added late. Let's go, can you go all the way down to
That one?
the lighting plan here?
There we go.
So up in this back corner here.
Yeah. The rear light.
Yeah, so you can see this door was added late in the game, so I'll add, in
A
the
light
final
bulb.
set of plans, I'll add a walk back there.
Okay.
And show the lumens on that plan.
Okay, great. So-
Anybody from the audience have anything to say about Center? Seeing none, we'll move on.
Okay.
Harrington School.
Harrington. So with Harrington, again, the parking is on the cover sheet. We added a wall detail that engineering DPW gave to us based on the wall that they're looking to use around the playground area, the new playground area. We added a fence detail. And we also changed the plants here. What we did, when the charge that I gave Lorraine was to kind of take a bunch of them off from the side and the rear and position them more to the front of the building to help screen it from the main road there. So what she did was, as you can see here, kind of the main entrance is still at the back. So she left that, a tree back there with some shrubs back there, because that's where most of the students and teachers will be coming from. But as far as visual from the road, all of those plantings that are out between the gazebo and the road have been added to this plan. There's some evergreens there and a mixture of other shrubs in that area, which will help screen the facade of that building as you come down the main road. So that is essentially what's been done to this plan set from the last hearing. So if you have any questions on Harrington?
Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Seeing anything?
Yeah, I do have a question. The current landscaping plan, is it typical of the landscaping of the rest of the property? I mean, does it fit with the landscaping of the rest of the property?
There really isn't any
There isn't any.
landscaping.
There isn't.
I mean, I think you'll see that on all of them.
No, it doesn't.
There isn't anything, so.
All right.
It's better.
It's an improvement over the rest of the property.
Right.
Yeah, I thought this one had trees on it.
When you get closer to the highway. When you get closer to the highway, there's some trees, but
All right.
in front of the temple that's there, across the street. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has any concerns? Anybody from the public have any concerns? All right, moving on.
Okay, and lastly, South Row. So with South Row, again, the parking was added to the cover sheet. We did go out and look, and that alleyway is pretty dark, so we've added an additional wall pack to the side of the building, and we'll follow up with, we added it on in the detail plan, but it's out to the lighting consultant just to put on the photometrics, but obviously it is put in such a position that it'll light that area in the corner there to prevent darkness from kind of taking over that bottom corner. We also added a leaching catch basin to the back of the building in that swale area, which was requested at the last meeting also. And then the plants, again, were reviewed and cut down pretty substantially. But if you look at the planting plan, there's still some shrubs and trees as part of this proposal, but they've been modified and reduced pretty significantly. And the school, this modular, again, is at the bottom of the hill between the school and the basketball court, and behind an older modular classroom, so it's not really visible. And that's it.
Okay.
What's at the top of the hill behind it?
There's the basketball court, and then there's the soccer fields and
Tennis.
tennis
Okay,
courts
so
are
people use
further
up
up.
that
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Has its own small lot.
Parking lot, yeah. Any questions?
No.
Anybody from public have any questions about South Row School?
Are you here for Acton Road? They're all done. Sorry. You can stay. Bye.
Where can you have so much fun on a Wednesday night?
Bye, Mary.
All right, well,
Does this need to be 4 separate motions? Or is
Hold
it-
on, let me look at that.
Yeah, see how it was written up.
Oh, excuse me if I may, I just wanted, I forgot one thing. We did add a special permit for the accessory structure greater than 900 square feet. After the last meeting, we conferred with Mark Dupel, the building inspector, and he thought that one was more appropriate than the multiple principal structures based on the use. So that's been added to the packet.
What's the,
There should be an application in the file. It's, I can come
It's at
over and help you find it.
19512. It's been added to the cover sheet of the plans too. 19511, accessory building with footprint greater than 900.
We got separate applications for each one,
yeah, so it has to be separate
Okay.
motions.
All right.
4.
4 motions.
That one
Well,
was
do we
just for
close the
Southborough.
public hearings first, or do we close them
Yes.
one at
That
a
was all
time?
three.
Close them one at a time.
All right. Then I move we
One at a time.
close the public hearing on Byam.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, I would move that we grant site plan approval under 195-104, special permit, 195-74, and you have another one. 197-11.
195-11.
195-11, okay.
Was that what you were
Wait a
doing?
minute,
Colin?
slow down. Do the site plan first, special permit second. Okay, this one doesn't have a special permit. Sorry, that was 195-11.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the aquifer protection,
Right.
which is the other one.
Do you have the records there to make an appropriate motion, George?
Do.
You can go start with the legal ad
Based on the application description.
and just add those 2 special permits next to the schools. You can write it right on it if you'd like.
My understanding is not all of them have aquifer protection. So
Correct.
Byam doesn't have it. The other 3 do, okay? So you closed the Byam already, right?
Right.
So why don't you close the other 3?
All right. Move that we close the public hearing on the Center Elementary School.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye. Okay, I would move that we close the public hearing on Harrington Elementary.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. And I move that we close the public hearing on South Row.
Second?
All those in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're all closed.
Now it's George's.
So I make a motion to approve the site plan for the Byam School.
Second? Oh,
Oh, you want to do it?
yeah, I'll do it, I don't care.
All right, I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the special permit 195-11 accessory structure for the Byam School.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion that we approve the site plan for the center school.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the special permit 195-11 accessory structure for the center school.
Second?
All those in favor?
No, that one doesn't need that
That one
one.
doesn't need
It
it.
doesn't need it?
No.
Sorry. Make a motion to approve the special permit for the aquifer protection, 195-74,
Second?
center school.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the site plan for Harrington School.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve 195-11 accessory structure for the Harrington School.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the special permit for the Aquifer Protection District, 195-74 for the Harrington School.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the site plan for the South Row School.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
195-11 for this one too, right? Accessory structure.
Yep.
Make a motion to approve the special permit for 195-11 accessory structure for the South Row School.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the aquifer protection special permit 195-74 for the South Row School.
Second?
Favor?
Aye.
That's it.
Hallelujah.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Good job, George.
Had them all written down.
Nicely done.
It threw me off with the additional.
Good.
All right. Any committee reports?
The open space committee is starting to move along with rewriting the open space plan, meeting tomorrow night. Second meeting on this tomorrow night. And
Nothing.
I can always,
The CPC met last week, approved a couple of small Boy Scout type projects.
NEMCOG, there wasn't anything too much new. The next round of DLTA funding did come through, and projects have been assigned, and Chancellor's got a couple of them on there, so I forget what they were now, but so that money came through from the state, so it's all good.
I did, I did the code renewal for electrical, and they were actually talking about electric cars. Having some real interesting things coming up. Wireless chargers. You
Yeah,
no
that's
longer
gonna
have
be
to plug your cars in.
just park over the spot?
Just park over the spot.
Interesting.
Some places, when you put parking garages in now, are making sure that you manufacture your electrical services sized appropriately now.
And you can cook your breakfast on them too, probably.
It's not, well, they're saying by the year 2020, they're expecting 300,000 electric cars in Massachusetts
Yeah.
alone. You know, some people said, I doubt it, but you know what, as I drive around now and I'm watching,
Yeah, they're there.
there's a lot of them there, surprising how many.
I saw somebody
the
plugging in
Teslas.
this evening.
I can't believe how many Teslas are out there now.
Yeah. I wish I had one.
Well, they're supposed to be coming out with a commie version, so.
Yeah.
Unless you want to spend the 100,000 for
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah, the economy would be 92.
38. In the 30s, high
Really?
30s they're talking, yeah.
You
Wow.
didn't even get a regular car for
That's
that.
different.
What, yeah, that's what that's.
Yeah, you know,
It
we're,
might be the size of a suitcase and you have to sit on the outside of it, but.
They actually are kind
No,
of
it's pretty-
suitcases because
it's
they
pretty
have
big.
storage on both
What?
Pretty big.
sides.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know?
yeah, well, do we need to be considering when we start getting to master plan, do we need to be considering any,
Andover already has, quite a few communities already have. If they're doing parking garages, they're not making them put the infrastructure in, but they're making them put the piping and, that might be the infrastructure is the way to say it. They're not making them go full bore, but they're making them plan for it. Putting raceways in the garage, when you're building the garage is
so
easier.
is that really a building code issue more than anything else?
It's underneath local
Okay.
zoning underneath them. You know, it's kind of like the same thing, you see a lot of these like in Boston and stuff, there's so many electric cars.
Oh, you see them all
parking
over the place in Boston.
spots. You know, a lot of them are taking and doing it.
I don't know, maybe we ought to be thinking about it.
Yeah, well, the other thing they were saying is if this wireless charger costs anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 per vehicle, depending on what you're doing. And they say it may be the way for the future, so that it makes sense to put the piping in, but not to force them to take and put the charging units in. It may be just somebody pulls in, and no matter what car they have, they don't have to worry about a charger or anything else, they just park on it and they're done.
Okay.
So how does that know who to bill for the electricity?
The car.
Oh, does it like an easy pass?
Yeah, the car will know. The
Interesting.
theory is, it'll probably never happen in our lifetimes, but if they ran a heavy enough cable down the road, that it would pick the magnetic field up off the cable and the car would never have to be charged.
That would be neat.
The
Yeah.
infrastructure cost on that is massive.
I bet you it wouldn't be as much as you think. Run a saw down the middle of the road, only has to be 2 inches wide, drop it down a foot, lay it in.
The road.
Well,
I could have the
magnetic
opposite
field
kind
is,
of, fire me into the woods.
not square law, it's cube law. so it goes away pretty quick.
It depends on what you'd have to do. I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically how they work a lot of the sign, they
Right.
turn
Yeah.
the lights on and off at the.
You got a lock on.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
The technology's coming. There's some huge, and they're saying that the next generation battery is on our doorsteps. The lithium-ion batteries are going away.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The next battery has been on our doorsteps for 40 years.
Yeah, no, well, it was a lithium-ion at one time.
Well, it was. It was a hot one. That boy could be using another. I mean, if they just simply double them,
Yeah.
and then everything's going to be electric.
Tesla's got something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's spent some money on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that's about enough.
All right.
This is going to
Are
be
we
one of the
in-
quickest meetings I've ever
Are we in
done.
need of a motion?
I think we are.
I would, Mr. Chairman, be pleased if I could move to adjourn.
I'll second that one.
All's in favor?
Aye.
My motions were quicker than your
Yeah,
motions.
What are these?